Okay, so you want to really level up your communication skills, huh?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it looks like you've been giving us some great material to work with,
Hmm.
you know, about being more open and honest, how to be mindful of your tone,
Hmm.
deal with all the distractions, and like how reliability is so
Yeah,
important.
we're going to try to hit all those.
Absolutely. And it's going to be quite a deep dive today.
Right into the heart of communication.
Yeah. So, when I think about communication, like really being open and honest has always been
Oh, yeah.
such a big thing for me.
Huge.
And I remember back in college,
Mm.
I had this roommate and we had this like huge misunderstanding.
Oh.
And I just wasn't being honest about how I felt about
Wow.
like
Ah.
the
You
situation.
were trying to, like, protect their feelings or something?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I thought I was being like considerate or whatever.
Yeah.
But honestly, it just built this wall between us.
Yeah, I could see that.
And once I was finally just like honest,
Oh, so you finally just...
just like bit the bullet and just said how I felt.
Oh, good for you.
And it was crazy. It was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like problem solved, relationship restored.
Communication is so powerful.
So powerful.
And what's really cool is that it's not just about, expressing yourself or whatever, but also preventing misunderstandings, like later on,
Right, exactly.
Like you're upfront, you avoid all these like assumptions and stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
which can totally snowball, especially at work where it's like super important to be clear.
Right, it's like putting out those little fires
Before they become big fights.
you become big fires. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And, speaking of things that can like really set things off.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Oh, yes. Because,
Oh, it's huge.
your notes were really emphasizing like how important it is to
Yeah, how you say things matters so much.
be mindful, like how we say things,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that's so true.
Because, think about it.
Yeah.
Tone is everything.
It is.
It's like that secret ingredient,
Oh, I like it.
that totally changes the dish, or in this case, like
Yeah.
the message.
With a message.
Like you could say, that's a great idea, and it could be encouraging, or it could be like
Totally sarcastic,
sarcastic, depending on
depending on the tone.
how you say it.
Exactly.
Which I feel like happens all the time with like text messages and stuff.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've offended people, and I'm just
Oh, I'm sure we all have.
I was just being myself.
Yeah.
But they just totally misread my tone.
Right. Because you don't have that like voice inflection.
You don't, and emojis can only
Emojis only go so far.
go so far, right?
Right. And like, emojis have their place, but tones, like
Yeah.
multi-dimensional,
Oh, for sure.
So like when you're writing something,
Mm-hmm.
try reading it out loud in a couple different tones.
That's a good tip. Like, does it actually sound like
Yeah.
how you want it to sound?
Does it sound how I mean it?
Exactly. And like when
Yeah.
in doubt, just
Mhm.
be more formal.
Normal. Yeah.
And in person,
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to your body language.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because like, even if your words are super positive,
Yeah.
if you have your arms crossed or you're not making eye contact,
Right.
it can send mixed messages.
Totally mixed messages.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh. And that reminds me of like how many times I've been in a conversation
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like trying to listen,
Uh-huh.
but my phone is buzzing
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
and emails are coming in and I'm just like,
Yeah, it's like,
it's like a
it
communication nightmare.
is. And that brings us to
Distractions.
distractions, which
Yeah.
is another huge
Yeah.
thing in your note.
Yeah, oh, it's the worst.
They are the worst. They're like
Right.
communication kryptonite.
They really are.
We live in this world of like constant
Sounds right.
pings and notifications and
Oh, it's so true.
yeah, it's like, how do you...
It never ends.
Yeah, it's never ending, but it's important to create that space.
Yeah, to focus.
Just actually focus on the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, think about it. When someone puts away their phone
Okay.
and gives you their full attention,
Yeah.
doesn't that just make you feel
Like, why matter?
like you matter, like you're heard, like you're respected?
100%.
Right.
It's like, yeah, what I have to say.
Yeah, it's important.
It's important.
Yeah, exactly. And like these simple things can make such a huge difference. Like putting your phone on silent,
Mm-hmm.
finding a quiet place, and actually like actively listening.
Yeah, I love that.
Like really focusing on what the other person's saying
Oh.
verbally and like, their body language and all that
Yeah, totally.
can totally change how well you communicate.
Totally. Okay, so you also mentioned like reliability
Oh, right.
being a cornerstone of good communication.
Yeah.
So how does that all like tie into everything we've been talking about?
Oh, it's like the thread that connects it all.
Uh-huh.
Like when you're open and honest,
Mm-hmm.
mindful of your tone,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to limit distractions, you're showing people that you can be trusted.
Right.
Like they know they can rely on you to
Yeah.
follow through and like be there for them.
Right. You're there for them.
And that builds trust,
Yeah.
which is like the foundation of any good relationship.
The foundation.
Yeah, whether it's personal
Yeah.
or at work.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
So it really is like a superpower,
It is.
you know? Okay, so basically to sum it all up,
Yeah, let's recap.
to communicate like a pro,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be open and honest,
Mm-hmm.
but also like remember the other person's perspective.
Yeah, that's crucial.
Pay attention to your tone because
So,
that can really make or break your message.
oh yeah,
Minimize distractions
so you can focus.
so you can focus. And above all,
Be reliable.
be reliable.
It's the foundation
It's the foundation of like
of all good communication.
strong communication.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So here's something to think about.
Okay.
Like, think about a conversation you had recently that went really well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any of these elements we talked about?
Oh, that's a good question.
And then think about a conversation that maybe, like, didn't go so well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how could these principles have helped?
Interesting.
Right. So, you know,
It's all about, like, constantly trying to
improve. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.